Bonjour et bienvenue en classe A1.2 de l'Institut d'études de la langue française. Et je m'appelle Steven. Dans cette leçon, nous allons apprendre les pronoms compléments. Les pronoms compléments. Et dans cette classe, les pronoms compléments indirects. Les pronoms compléments indirects. Indirect pronoun complement. Le complément d'objet indirect est un complément du verbe introduit par la préposition a. C'est-à-dire, c'est un complément du verbe. It's a verb complement. That's the first thing we want to look at. A verb complement. One, introduit par la préposition a. Introduced by preposition a. That is, in COD, we have verb complements as well, but they are not introduced by any preposition. The COD do not introduce, we don't have any preposition introducing any verb or any complement. Rather, in TOI, there's a preposition introducing the complement. It completes le verbe avec une préposition. They complete the verb with a preposition. It means that when you see a sentence, you first want to watch out for a preposition after the verb. In the case where we have preposition, a verb, and then there's no preposition in front of it, basically that is complement d'objet direct, COD. When it has preposition are, we're looking at TOI. I can also say that there are other prepositions that can come apart from are. So this means that the COI, le COI, takes two groups. That's two groups. The first group is the preposition are, preposition are, and then secondly, the other prepositions. Les prépositions que a. That is, we can have avec, we can have sans, we can have au-dessus, we can have près, we can have avant, we can have après, and so on. Other prepositions. So basically, when we talk of COD, you are not looking at prepositions. When we talk of COI, we don't have preposition are or other prepositions in front of the verb. Voilà. Let's look at this example. Matthew écrit à Marie. Matthew écrit à Marie. It's a question. Matthew écrit à Marie. The first thing is, when we listen to or when we read this sentence, we know that after écrit, which is from écrire, to write, there is a preposition are. When we speak of French and English language, we look basically for the equivalence of what a sentence or an expression in English is in French language. So you're not basically looking at direct translation or direct interpretation. That is, there are some things that we say in English and they would expect that in French language, this is what to give us. But on the other hand, it might not give us that precise expression that we think. So basically what we do in English and French or language translation is to look for the equivalence of an expression of English language to what it is in French. So we can have differences in what sentences can bring to us. Now, complément d'objet direct or generally complement are talking of objet. Quand nous parlons de COD, nous parlons de l'objet. So we're talking of objects, not subject. So here we have Matthew écrit à Marie. So the first thing is Matthew is the subject. Here, écrit is the verb. We have a preposition and then we have the object. So our work basically is on the object. We're complementing the object. And I first want to show you those things that we use, those pronouns that we use to replace objects. When I am the object, of course, I is you. Then when I become the object, I can say I give him. I give Tunde, for example. So I am the subject, and then Tunde is the object. But the moment we can now say Tunde gives me, I have become this object. Tunde is now the subject. So it means that anybody can be the subject or the object, depending on the sentence structure. So when I am not the subject, when I am the object, and then you are replacing me, the pronoun to replace me with is the pronoun me. me. And then when you replace to, that is the second person singular. To, you replace to with to as an object. And the same, and the il and l at the COI level, you replace whether it is he or she. When he or she becomes the subject, it becomes the object, then they become what? They become him or her. So it becomes lui. We use lui to replace both il and l. And then the nous, which is we. When we are objects, we still take nous. And then vous as well. They, when it comes to they, that is them as objects. We replace both genders, whether it is masculine, feminine, or it is even mixed. We replace them with leur. Leur. So it is important that we learn these pronouns that we use to replace the complements. And going forward, this is les verbes qui expriment une idée de communication. Verbs that express idea of communication. Look at this verb. You notice that all of these verbs carry the preposition are. So basically, they are COI verbs. They are verbs with preposition. It means when you replace them, when you use this sentence, you use them in a sentence and replacing the object, they are replacing with either of these. So in a sentence, you basically want to look out for who the object is. You want to look at what replaces or what introduces the object so that you know how to replace it. Parler à, demander à, répondre à, écouter à, écrire à, dire à, expliquer à, demander à, répondre, téléphoner à, envoyer à, donner à, apporter à. Ce sont les verbes qui expriment idée de communication. So let's go back to our examples now. Like we said, Matthew écrit à Marie. So look at the verb here. The verb c'est écrire, écrire. That is the verb. And then the object, like we said, is Marie. So what we want to do is, because a preposition has introduced Marie, then we replace this together. Don't forget, we will not use la to replace Marie because Marie was introduced by a preposition. It is not COD. So we are looking at the equivalence. We said the equivalence for Marie. For Marie here is Louis. Louis for the complement. And then further, the rule now says that when you replace the object, le pronom, that is the pronoun with which you have replaced the object, le pronom se place avant le verbe. Le pronom se place avant le verbe. So having replaced Marie with a pronoun, then you place the pronoun lui before the verb. Before the verb. That is the rule. And of course, for a further sentence, for the next sentence, since Matthew, which is the subject, can be replaced with il as a pronoun as well. So we have il, lui, écrit. Très simple. Il lui écrit. Il lui écrit. That is, he writes to her. Like I said earlier, we look for equivalents in French and English language translation. English one would actually say he writes her. It is very correct to say he writes her. But it's better to say or interpret in French as he writes to her. So there's a preposition to here used in French language. He writes to her. Assuming we were writing to them, we write to them. For example, if I have myself and Noah, for example, Noah et moi, and then we have répondre. Répondre is to respond. Respond. So we're using now. First we have Noah et moi. Invariably, this is somebody and myself. That is nous. Nous. Okay. So when it is nous, it becomes répondant. a Francis et Nana. So here as well, what we have here is mixed gender, two people, plural. Invariably, that is them. Them. So when I say nous répondons à Francis et Nana, that is, we are responding to them. So how do you now replace this? Noah et moi becomes nous. Now we have Francis et Nana, two of them. That is them. Because what introduces, because there's a pronoun, there's a preposition that introduces Francis and Nana, preposition a. Invariably, we would not do le. We now have to do le, which is the pronoun that replaces them. Le. Now the rule further states that when you replace with a pronoun, when you replace the complement with the pronoun, when you complement it, you move the pronoun before the verb. Le pronom se place avant le verbe. The verb is répondant, from répondre. So that we have nous, leur, répondant. That's all. C'est simple que ça. So we, them respond. We respond to them. We're not reading directly. So we respond to them. So we have replaced this so that we don't keep repeating Francis and Nana or Noah and myself. So we can say we respond to them. So do not forget, the nous here, the répondant here takes the conjugation for nous. Because leur here is only a complement. It's a pronoun that is complementing the verb. So this leur is only replacing the object. So it is not the object that will be considered when we conjugate the verb. It is the subject, the doer of the thing. It's only that we now bring the object that we have replaced with a pronoun before the verb. It's a simple expression. We conjugate the verb to work with the subject, nous répondons, and then we bring the object down here. So the leur does not take conjugation with répondons. It is the nous that take conjugation with répondons. Au passé, Jean a parlé à ses amis, c'est une question. Jean a parlé à ses amis. Ok. Voilà la question. Now, the first thing is, this person has a feminine gender, so it becomes elle. And then, we first look at the difference between these two, this are and are. In expressing passé composé, in expressing past tense, we use avoir or être plus participe passé. That is, was the past tense of that particular verb. So this are is only functioning from avoir. It's functioning as a participe passé, an auxiliary verb. And then this one is a preposition that introduces ses amis, friends. So one has an accent, the other does not have. The one that has an accent is the preposition. So ses amis, which is our friends, being that Jean is a female, our friends. And then our friends are introduced by a preposition. So you replace this because this, our friends, is the object. When you replace with leur, then you further do what? You move before the verb. We have two verbs here. You might be wondering, is a verb, parler is also a verb. The first verb, of course, does the work generally in French language. So you move it before the first verb, a parler. So it becomes elle, leur, leur a parlé. That's all. That is, she spoke to them. It's now past tense. She spoke to them. She spoke to them. If them was not there, we would have just had elle a parlé, like we always know. Elle a parlé is she spoke. Elle a parlé. So we have only brought the learn here before the verb, according to the rule. Because this is the object. So you say that you now bring that pronoun that you have used to replace the object before the verb. So elle a parlé. C'est simple que ça. OK? For the other group, the prepositions other than a, like we said earlier, avec, au-dessus, quand le verbe ne vient pas avec préposition a, et c'est-à-dire quand le verbe vient avec les autres prépositions. The question reads, il reste avec Pierre. Il reste avec Pierre. It's a question. Now, he stays with Pierre. He stays with Pierre. Then we say we. Yes. Very simple. Yes, he stays with Pierre. That is, yes, he stays with him. If it is not are, the rule says that you still replace. Because avec has introduced, the version avec has introduced Peter. You replace Peter, of course, with Louis. With Louis. From the pronouns that are used to replace TOI verbs. So when you replace them, we have Louis here replacing it. But the rule does not allow us to bring the Louis before the verb. No. No. So you don't bring the Louis before the verb. When you replace it, it still takes the same position where it is. So that you can have we, il reste avec lui. Yes, it stays with him, since it is another position aside from are. So you replace the pronoun, but you still leave it in the same position. Having considered those steps, you replace it, then you do not change the position of the pronoun. It maintains the same position where it is. Okay? Another example. Vous habitez tu habites autour tes amis. Tu habites autour tes amis. Do you live around your friends? That's the question. If you live around your friends, recognize that autour is also a preposition, around. And then the question says yes, and then the answer says oui, j'habite. You have replaced the subject, j'habite, and then you replace tes amis. How do you replace tes amis? Look at the gender and number of the friend. Tes amis, your friend, their female friends. Then we have elle. So that it becomes j'habite autour elle. J'habite autour elle. So this is the pronoun that is used to replace them when we express or when we use a preposition other than are. So it becomes j'habite autour elle. But you don't move the position. It still stays, it takes the same position. It doesn't move before the verb. That is a simple rule for verbs of COI or verbs that take preposition other than are. Okay, so I give the general rule again that in a sentence or in expressing complément d'objet indirect, the verbs must either take preposition are or they are taking other prepositions. And if it takes preposition are, the rule says that you place the pronoun that you must have replaced the object with before the verb. And for the ones that don't take other prepositions, you leave them in the same spot, but you replace them with pronoun. Donc, Mathieu écrit à Marie, oui, il lui écrit. Jeanne a parlé à ses amis, oui, elle leur a parlé. So that is a simple way to express, to use pronoun complement indirect. Donc, this is now the end of the class today. I hope you will now be able to complement verbs. You'll be able to express and then relieve yourself of having to repeat names in an expression. Merci beaucoup. I'll see you in the next class. Bonne journée.